Hello, welcome back.
Hey, it's more Higurashi.
Yes, that thing he said. Now, there are tradespeople all around the place, and I was going to make some quip about how if we just finally accept Ben, and by we I mean Ben, accepted that we had professional recording studios that we could do this in instead of my goddamn bedroom.
No!
Then...
They're rubbish. Rubbish professional recording studios.
Then we wouldn't have to deal with all of these tradespeople.
I'm just saying.
But then I got into work this morning at the radio station, and one of the studio doors was open because they were trying to replace the air conditioning, and the studio was too hot because the air conditioning wasn't working in the studio.
It sounds like dealing with another company and trying to use their space is going to be more hassle than it's worth, maybe.
Maybe
that'll be a thing. Anyway.
I just wish we didn't have to record in my bedroom.
I know. As
professionals now, we don't need...
Are we professionals? Look, essential as this is...
Well, we're professionals, but this show isn't professional.
I see
none
what
of
you mean.
have paid us yet.
It's true. Get on that. Pay us all the money, get a rich Saudi prince... Bring him on board. We're happy to chat.
Or just be a rich Saudi prince.
Be a rich Saudi prince. Be reborn into another life. Be a rich Saudi prince. Come and help us out. Anyway, Felix.
Yeah, what's up, Ben?
Chrono, Katako, all those fun things.
I'm cutting one of those.
Good. I can't wait for it to be the first one. Okay. You have to. Okay. I kind of want to talk about the previous episode.
Oh,
because...
Why? We can't just go on? We can't just carry on with that?
I know that we normally do, but I wanted to talk about it.
God, why would you even watch this playthrough if we're just going to sit here and talk about it?
I know, right? That's boring. Talk about our personal experiences with shit? Yeah, that's not what I'm here for. Yeah, I don't know how it came out in the recording in the end. I'm looking forward to seeing this one go live. But I was, like, totally thrown for a loop. I was having, like, Vietnam flashbacks. Basically, my brain was totally scattered. I want to walk you through my mental process for the last episode.
Really? Okay.
Because we were having the club games and that was fun, and I was trying to bring a lot of energy.
Let's just be transparent about something here.
Sure.
This has been bothering you so much.
It's been a week.
You've spent the past
I want to be clear.
Thinking about it so much that this is what you wanted to open with.
Yes, and I want to be clear. I downloaded Sumi Hen onto my PC so that I could replay the scene, and then today I downloaded onto my laptop in a burger restaurant and just went through it because I was like, I need to get my mind in order. Still hasn't worked, but
I can't believe you didn't get me anything.
I was there 2 hours before the show, dude. It would have been cold by the time it got to you. Anyway, I wanted to walk you through this because you said if there's any this is what I really empathize with. I should point it out. So we're doing that. Okay. So I was having a great time. I was bringing all of the energy to the club game. And then we got that pink text, which is amazing because I've been waiting for that for 6 whole arcs, waiting for that pink text because Rena's cute and she deserves pink texts. And it was wonderful. And so I went from trying to bring energy to full-blown elation. And then we're hit with that mood whiplash, which I don't know how much you felt, but for me it was like a brick to the face.
Interesting.
Yes, and this is definitely something that I want to talk about. Because I was like, oh yay, Rena! And then I was like, oh wait, we have all this depressing stuff now. And this is where... we get into how I was feeling when I read the arc originally and all that fun stuff. But I guess I want to ask, how did you feel about that scene before I go any further? Did you feel anything?
I didn't.
I didn't think so.
I'm a heartless,
I know.
individual as we've covered many times.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's one of those things where just seems like that scene seems like one that would be really good to come back to. I
think so.
After the fact, once you have begun to try wrap your head around things.
Sure.
Because I'm reminded of because I've been watching the Fate Stay Night early anime at the moment.
Yes.
And it's rubbish.
It's
fucking rubbish.
It's not good. Go watch Fate Stay instead.
Yeah,
there's many memes in that one.
But I'm just reminded of all of the many lines in that show after they've spoiled the twist, where they foreshadow the twist.
Right.
And I'm like, man, these lines would have been so good if they hadn't spoiled the twist before them.
Sure.
And I'm I kind of get a similar vibe from those lines with Rena in that, like, these are lines that are gonna come back around and haunt me.
Probably. Yeah. I don't know. I want to point out that scene because my relationship with Rena, as you have kind of said to me off camera, me a little bit on camera, I don't express my, like, devout love for her as openly as some other anime weeb characters. But when I was reading that scene, I feel like Rena in that scene is experiencing something that I can definitely relate to. And it's something that, I don't know, shout out in the comments if you've had this sort of thing, but you're sitting there, you're having a good time, you're watching a movie, you're talking visual novels, you're doing whatever, you're having tea, and there's a moment where you should be enjoying yourself, but you just kind of stop and you kind of, I don't know, it's like you stop thinking about the world around you and you're thinking about how, as great as this moment is, there's like, this isn't gonna last forever. And I don't know if you felt that, Felix. I don't know if anybody else has felt that, but to me, that moment that Rena has when she's like having a great time and then she's thinking like, man, isn't it great that I live every day like it's my happiest and try to, you know, stay away from the bad stuff. But the like implication there is that these good things won't last forever. That there will be a point where you're not even sure if any of that was real. To me, that's like the feeling I was having in that scene. And it's something that I have felt in the past. And I know this is like weird to talk about, but
nah, not at all.
It's something that I can really relate to in that moment. I feel like a lot of people would read that scene and be like, oh, but like, why do we go from like club games to Rena feeling all these sad things? And to me, that feels perfectly natural. So yeah, I don't know. I just want to put that on the table.
I think you're absolutely right there in that, like, as a reader, it definitely probably could be a bit of a brick to the face, as one might put it. But I think that's also totally how that kind of moment can happen to you when you're like, as it was, I think, last episode, unless I'm confusing edits and recordings.
Sure, go for it.
But there was a line where she's like, the happiest you could be is when you don't realize that you are.
The only time when you truly feel happiness is when you're in the freezing cold and, you know, things are terrible, and that's when you realize what happiness is, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think that is a very common experience. Like, I can think of many examples for myself where, like, shit's just gone wrong, and you're like, you know what, but this is okay because I got people. Sure. I got friends.
Sure. I think that the point that I'm more trying to make is that you don't just have bad times when everything's bad as well. Like, for me, that feeling of sadness and loneliness can still come even when you're supposed to be having a really great time.
Right.
To me, that's like the thing that stands out to me during that scene. That even though Rena is in, like, we're having this club scene that's really upbeat and poppy, and I mean, you may not be as invested in that, or whatever, but to me, the fact that Rena has that moment where she gets really sad, and that's why I wanted to bring up the bit where I wasn't sure whose line it was, which I know was fantastic for you, but like, in my mind, if I was in that situation, I was Rena, I would absolutely not be saying anything. I would be sitting there thinking. And the moment where, you know, everyone's talking and having a great time and Rika just says like, Rena, are you okay? Like, that moment fucking hit me again. Because I feel like there are a lot of times when you're in a happy environment, maybe you look happy, maybe you have a smile on your face, but very few people will like see that. And this is very like teenager emotion shit, but I think it's a very real thing. That, like, even though you're supposed to be having fun, you're supposed to be just happy, you're not. And I think that it takes a very special kind of person to see that and kind of point that out. Anyway.
You're praising yourself right there, Ben.
No, definitely not.
I mean, yeah, I think you're absolutely right, though. Like, it's not entirely alien to me, but at the same time, it's clearly, like, weighs on me less.
Sure.
When I've had those moments, but I do think that I'd say that you're wrong in saying that it's a teenage emotion.
Sure.
I think that people are perhaps expected to put up with it better when they're adults.
Yeah.
Whereas it doesn't just go away because that expectation is there.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. No, it feels really good to hear you, like, say that. It sounds really cool.
Alrighty.
Anyway, let's get on with the show.
I don't want to see any sweets for at least 3 days.
Really? Felix, you don't like sweets?
You know what I also don't want? I don't want Ryukishi to open a chapter without telling us or showing us who it is, and he's put the number 3 in there.
I assume that it's Keiichi.
I do as well, but listen, I'm gonna take 3 points because he put the number 3 there. It's an easy grab.
We get 1 point per day of no sweets.
That's right. I mean, we could take 1 point per hour, but I feel like that would be a bit much.
I mean, pretty good. You try a little too hard, Keiichi-kun.
Rena ate a massive amount of desserts too, but her stomach seemed to be just fine. I think girls have 4 stomachs, or at least an extra stomach for dessert.
It's very rude of you to say something like that to a lady. This is what you get for being rude.
Bam,
Neither
ow.
of those sound effects are the sound effects that we
Boing!
played.
It's boing, that's the sound effect.
Ah, I see. Bamao in Japanese spells boing.
Yeah, that's it.
Ah,
That's how it works.
today I learned.
Sadako would poke me very hard in my bloated stomach. Stop it. Please don't poke my stomach. I'm gonna throw up.
God damn it, Keiichi.
Sadako and Rika-chan grinning mischievously upon hearing that. A chill ran up my spine. Why were they smiling like that and walking towards me so gleefully? No, stop it. You cold-blooded demons!
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You really think I'd let it slip away?
Me, Star, your bloated tummy is in danger, Keiichi. Your big wiggly tummy is so cute.
Stop it.
God damn it.
Rena joined Sadako and Rika-chan in torturing me. We were still making a lot of noise outside the restaurant. I desperately blocked my stomach from their attacks, but somebody else hit me from behind.
Oh no.
Who is it?
Hello. Nice to see you, K-chan and his funny friends.
Oh, She-chan, hello. You weren't at the restaurant today, were you?
Just kidding. Just think about this.
This is a silly question.
She
Shh.
is currently at the building,
Yes.
is in uniform,
Yes.
and
Is in uniform outside of the restaurant, yes.
I don't know.
Maybe they're just showing up for their shift.
Serious
you know?
problem intense here going on. Big problem with that, you know,
What?
imperfect past.
What?
What?
Imperfect past?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
That's the name of that tense.
Oh my god. Tenses are weird.
You see, most people think that there's just future, present, and past tense, but there's perfect future, imperfect future,
Yes.
present, imperfect, perfect. I mean, you've studied Latin, you fucking
yeah, the
know.
nominative and the declensions, it's awful.
disgusting.
And the Parthians who sit on the
I'm
horses.
bleeding out my eyes right now.
I hate Latin. Why did I study that?
It's because it's great fun.
It is great fun. You get to learn about the Romans and how much grapes they ate.
Yes, and something about
They pied so hard the road burned down.
horse riding.
That's the Parthians. That's not the Romans.
Yeah, but you studied that in Latin.
Yes.
Yes.
Because a lot of the, like, you know, Roman scholars wrote about their wars
Yes.
with, like, the Parthians and the Persians and all that other shit. I think they fought the Persians. I'm gonna say that they fought the Persians. I don't actually know.
Should we call up your teacher and find out?
I don't have his number.
Don't you?
No! I don't have his number. I shouldn't say his name. But,
I'm pretty sure you already have previously on the
you
show.
know, it doesn't
but
matter.
Do it again.
I'm not saying it now. Nobody will find my Latin teacher.
I should.
He's a lovely old man.
I wonder, do I have my teacher's number?
I don't know. Could you
probably
call
do.
them up and
I
have them
probably
on
do.
the show? And then they can sue us for defamation?
This is going to be a very long bit for us. Turning out we don't. I do have his number.
Don't do that!
Oh my god, it's right there.
No, don't do it! He wouldn't appreciate it. Don't do it. What are you doing?
Okay, fine.
Call him later. Let him know how your life's going later. You entire nerd.
I'm so tempted. I
I know you're tempted. You're always tempted. You're supposed to be the...
Just call him up. Be like, hey, what's up? Was it the Parthians? And he's like, what? What was the Parthians?
Was it the Parthians? Was it the Persians? I need to know.
I'm working night shift today. I just changed after getting here.
Did Rena move? No.
How can you go outside the restaurant wearing that uniform?
What? I'm not embarrassed, especially not since you have to walk around in way more embarrassing costume the other day.
Damn it, I was just getting over it.
It's like me and the stun gun.
It's true.
She just reminded me that I'll never be able to get married.
Anyway, I heard you went crazy in the restaurant today. How'd you hear that if you weren't in the building? Mobile phones weren't a thing.
It's true. No mobile phones, only word of mouth. It's not like they have a whole network of yakas of people who are feed her info.
You think that they would feed her info specifically about what her friends are doing in
Why
the
not? She has Kasai.
Listen.
I'm just saying.
This seems...
She has a master spy in the form of Kasai. That rhymed. I don't want to happen
incredibly silly.
Kasai the spy. It's so much truth. We did it. We had to. Since it turned into a club activity, you know?
Oh, he made a big mess in there. Looks like Sis felt guilty, so she's helping the waitresses clean up the store now.
Damn.
And is not in the car park presently.
I still think we should help them clean.
Oh, don't worry about it. We can't let customers do that.
Plus, me made most of the mess.
Got him.
Got him!
Yes, that's right. Everybody nodded in agreement. There we go, Ben finally nodded.
I nodded for you.
Took him a long time.
It's good.
She told me to tell you guys that you don't have to wait for her. Wait, hold on. So, you have arrived at the car park, gotten changed, come back to the car park, and now you're speaking to these people.
It's true.
There's some real sketchy shit going on here.
Are you saying this is actually Mion and not Shion?
I would never say such a thing.
Is that what you're saying?
I would never say such a thing.
You definitely would say that.
You can go home now.
No, we're going to wait. Right, everybody?
Rena asked for our agreement.
That she did.
Of course, we decided to wait without hesitation.
Excellent.
Sadako, Rika-chan, and I all nodded along. Just imagining them all like nodding in time. There's just what's that music video?
Oh God, what is this?
It's not. I'm not gonna waste any time on it. We've already tangented too much, but it's just a bunch of dudes going up an escalator nodding.
I do enjoy a tangent.
Yes.
It's like half the show.
I agree.
At least.
More. I think it's you. You're the only one on screen.
Yeah, I know. But she didn't move. I'll go with it.
Go for it.
I'll go for it. Since we can't help her clean, that's the least we can do. While she says we can go home, I'm pretty sure she'd be sad if we really did leave.
Good. Yes, definitely Rena.
There you go.
Wow. Fuck.
Well,
I'm taking points.
Do we take points
That's
for
a
that?
load of shit. Since when has Keiichi ever said that anyone would be sad about anything? Fucking get at it.
Are you saying he hasn't matured?
No, he hasn't fucking matured.
But he wanted to dunk like yogurt in coffee. That's pretty mature.
I just
Coffee's
had to edit an episode of Mayakashi where they called Irie mature. I'm not
mature.
No, he's not.
Are you saying that he didn't just leap through the window of a restaurant that specializes in like lewd waitresses and shit?
You grew up. I'm impressed.
Yeah. We need more of you. He grew up all right.
If you know what I'm saying.
That's because we're training him well, right? If you know what I'm saying. If you get what I'm saying, dog.
I regret everything.
That's correct.
He pasta.
You girls always band together when it comes to things like this. I hate girls. They get along so easily just because they're girls.
Damn.
In the end, we ended up making a lot more noise, even dragging Shion into the mess this time.
Damn it, Keiichi.
Shion, get back in here and help us clean. Where'd you put the washcloths? Oh no, I guess I have to go back to work now.
Mi-chan, do you think it's gonna take a while?
What? Why are you still here? She says, holding up a mirror next to her, angled at 45 degrees.
What?
What? You waiting for this old man? Don't worry about me. Going home already.
Yeon looked happy to see us waiting for her, but she always says the opposite of what she thinks. I wonder when she'll grow up to be able to just be honest and say thank you. We're friends, remember? We'll wait until you finish up.
There you go. See, he has matured. I wish we could help you. Oh, I feel bad.
I told you don't have to wait for me. You're gonna wait for Shion to finish work tonight, then head to her house in Akinomiya afterwards. So you really don't need to wait for me. I do appreciate it though, even though you don't need to wait for me.
You sure? I still feel bad.
Yeah, me too.
We have enough people, so really don't worry about it. Go home before it gets too cold.
This is what the rest of the arc is, just them like arguing about who has to go home.
You're right.
And then they all come out of the restaurant to argue,
disgusting.
and so we never get home. We understand. I hope you can finish cleaning soon. Go for it, yay!
Woo! Whoa! Thanks! Kei-chan, I trust you to escort the ladies home safely. Please protect them from assassins on their way home.
Looking around, I didn't see any ladies who needed an escort.
Oh!
Felt more like I was the one who needed protection. Anyway, we said our goodbyes, making it easier for us to end the day and go home.
That's not true. Saying goodbye, we can skip this.
Goodbye, Mi-chan.
okay,
See you tomorrow. Bye!
We waved at Mion until she went back inside the restaurant, and after that we all got on our bicycles and left to Kinomiya. On the way home, we talked about how exciting it had been today, and it looked like everyone was still fired up. We had the horrifying punishment in the competitive eating contest, which turned into an unprecedented battle involving all the customers in the restaurant, and after that everything got crazy and messy, and we didn't tell you about any of it. At first the waitresses didn't know what to do, but after a while they ended up joining in. We had a blast.
What? How can the waitresses join in on the eating contest if no one's there to bring the food?
They can bring it out and then eat it.
You're right, the vacuous force of them all breathing in probably would be enough to suck all the food straight out of the kitchen.
What?
What?
What? Breathing in?
What do you want about?
What?
Isn't that how you eat desserts? You just...
No. I mean, I guess you could. You could just do that. Most desserts that I eat, you have to like chomp into them. They're like crunchy, like ice cream cones and little chocolates and things. You know?
Sounds like you're just not unhinging your jaw enough.
God, you're right. I need to learn how to like... You know how the pelicans, they have like those like saggy necks?
No, you see, pelicans are doing it all wrong because they still gotta
What?
then bring it back up by, lifting their bill back up.
Oh, you're
Snakes is where it's at.
Oh my God, yes!
Snakes just disconnect their jaw, and then you can fit anything.
It's true.
Anything.
Even a whole elephant made of ice cream.
That's how Jormungandr works.
It's true.
He's not actually a big snake. He just
He's actually like
his jaw far enough.
He's like a little tiny worm, but it just stretches and stretches. Like you'd be able to see through him. I'm just saying, we could be eaten by Jormungandr right now. We wouldn't even know.
Maybe that's what the atmosphere is.
Oh my God! It's the skin of the great worm.
We've done it, everyone.
We did it. We solved the world. Somebody find out where his eyes are so we can like poke him out. Think he can breathe like that?
Well, I mean, if your stomach's filled with oxygen anyway, with a bunch of trees that are producing more oxygen from the carbon, it works. It just works.
He
It just
breathes.
works.
So we're like the body of a giant snake god. That sounds like fun.
Yes.
Well, yes. Is he a god? Is Jormungandr technically a god?
I don't know.
I don't know. I should
not
know this.
Norse.
I know, but I like to think that I am. So
God, could you imagine if we actually had time to read Higurashi in between all of this
we definitely
bullshit?
don't. We definitely don't. Let's continue.
That was wonderful. Did you see what Tomoto Nakamura did? How amusing it was.
I felt sorry for Kameda and Irie.
So did I, but didn't you think my speech was great? Everyone in the restaurant was on my side after that.
Sounds very familiar.
Keiichi, you might have been somebody really important if you were born in a different era.
Got him.
What, this idiot? He's much too full of himself. An idiot will always remain an idiot no matter when or where he is born.
Got him. If he was born 100 years earlier, he might have got printed on bills.
Money with Keiichi-san's face on it? How pathetic. They would only be worth 200 or 300 yen at the most.
Wow. That sounds like not very much.
I don't know.
Isn't it like $3?
I don't
like 100
know.
yen, $1. I think that's right.
Sadako and Rika-chan kept up their continuous chatter. There's one person missing from that sentence, I notice.
What are you talking about?
I'm very suspicious.
Definitely not.
When... Oh no, Rena's the assassin, that's what's gonna happen.
That's it. That's
who
why she's not
Keiichi has to
talking.
protect them from.
That's true.
I was a bit tired after the day's event, so I just listened quietly. I noticed the wind was getting colder. Our shadows were getting longer as well. Sadako and Rika-chan still had a lot of energy left, but what about Rena? She's been very quiet. Maybe she also had a stomachache from eating too much. I looked at Rena to see. However, I was wrong. Rena was... I didn't really know how to describe it. She looked very satisfied. She looked like she really did have that much fun. She looked like she was as happy as she could ever be. I could tell all of that without her saying a word. When I looked at her, it made me realize that the word fun wasn't enough to describe what we did today. Seems like you had a lot of fun.
The word fun wouldn't be enough to describe fun.
What about you, Keiichi-kun?
I had a blast too. I wish we could have had as much fun tomorrow and the day after tomorrow too. And tomorrow when the war began.
What? That was an alright novel.
The rest of the series was...
It was pretty rubbish.
Yes.
Yeah, somebody's got to exploit themselves with a grenade. That was fun. Like heroic sacrifice. That was cool.
I guess.
Did you read the whole books?
I read all of them.
Oh, that's good. We can bond over that sometime.
Can we?
I don't remember most of the stories, so not really. But if I read them again, we could. I feel the same way. I wish from the bottom of my heart that the time we spent in the restaurant today would last forever.
Wow, that's kind of poetic.
There wasn't a single rhyme in there.
Don't you agree, Keiichi-kun?
Rena didn't notice that I made fun of her. Might have been a little tactless. Suddenly I regretted having said it. I totally agree with you.
But, you know something? Today's not the only day that's filled with happiness.
A cool wind blew through her. Oh shit!
Oh, God!
Oh no!
What does that mean?
Oh no!
I mean, she's a good girl.
Rena's evil.
No, she's a good girl.
Rena's evil, Ben.
She's a precious girl.
I'm sorry.
No, shush
I
you.
guess Arc 1 was real all along.
No, dude. It's a cool wind. You can't tell me that Rena's a bad person!
I just did, I'm sorry.
Cut!
She smiled at me and for some reason she looked very mature. Her appearance made my heart skip a beat.
Every single one of our days in Hemsauer is a wonderful, precious, and irreplaceable day full of happiness.
That's 4 qualities.
There you go. Including the boring days when our club activities get cancelled.
Rena, you think about things in a very mature way.
No, I don't. Honestly, I'm still not done playing around yet. Maybe it's just because I'm still excited.
Rena laughed, and that made me laugh too. Sadako thought that we were laughing because we said bad things about her, and she started bugging me about it. Once again, we made a lot of noise like we always do.
Well, Sadako and I are taking this turn here.
Rika, why not walk with them a little further and turn where the tobacco store is instead?
Did you forget our nightlight burned out? Without that, it's too dark for us to sleep.
Oh, that would be quite the problem.
I don't understand.
Their nightlight burned out. They can't sleep without their nightlight. Because they'd be scared of the creatures in the mist. Oh, I see. You need to go to Mackinac-Sands General Store.
Holy shit, he runs a store?
He does!
Oh my god.
Apparently.
How does this man have time in his day?
I don't
running
know.
tours, running the shop, carrying out the curse. He's a busy man.
Maybe he
cutting phone cords.
Maybe that general store. I mean, you're not wrong. Maybe that store is also the tour guide shop. You know, he has a sign out front. It says tour guides.
Oh, it's like a mobile store, like a food van, and he.
I was gonna say that he has
store.
an unpaid intern who looks out the shop while he's doing tour guides, but that works too. That makes more sense.
But it's a full-size store. It's not like a van-sized store.
God damn it.
It's like full-on
Just
building.
gets up on crab
it's
legs.
like 2 stories. There's an escalator going between the two of them.
Yeah, dude.
It says Mall of America on the front.
There you go. What?
What?
This is a real thing. Are you referring to a real thing?
I don't know, maybe. I wouldn't put it past whatever company it is that
I was gonna say I wouldn't put it past you.
Oh.
Bring up the Mall of America. Somebody tell me what that is.
You should Google that when you go home today.
I'm
Ben.
doing it now.
Okay, it's not anywhere near as exciting as what you're picturing.
No, it's not. But I'm gonna find out.
It's a lawn.
Hold on. You gotta click. It's gotta be a line. Oh no, that's my line. Then I guess we'll say goodbye here. You better take this turn or you have to go a long way around.
Mackinac-Sands General Store. Alright, that's where it is. If they wanted to make a stop at the store before going back to the shrine, turning here would be the quickest way.
Shit, we have to add to our map.
It's a regular fucking shopping mall.
Oh wait.
Is this nothing exciting? Where are the crab legs?
No, it's the National Mall.
The National Mall?
Yeah.
Does that say Mall of America on the front?
No, it doesn't. It's literally, it's a big lawn. It's a big lawn in front of the White House and the Capitol building.
Wait, why is that called? Wait, mall. Is the Mall of Australia a lawn?
What? What do you want about?
I'm so confused.
You should look up the etymology of the word mall.
Oh my god. Alright, mall.
Very distracted. Can't believe you're so distracted while we're... Okay then, bye Rika-chan, bye Sadako, I'll see you tomorrow. And then one of them says...
A tree-bordered walk in St. James Park, London? What is happening? See you tomorrow!
Farewell, Kichi-san. Farewell, Rena-san.
I'm gonna take a gamble and say it's Rena.
No, but the other one was probably Rika. So see you tomorrow.
But then...
I know, but I wanted to go back and let you know it's probably Rika.
I'm so lost, Ben.
Stop being lost. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you.
I got you,
Rika-chan and
babe.
Sadako waved at us many times, then took the narrow path through the field.
Sounds like fun.
Once the noisy girls were gone, it went especially quiet all of a sudden. It even made me feel as if the sun had set in an instant. I could see my house by now, which everybody called the Mayabara Mansion.
Why are you doing that voice? What happened to my sexy Keiichi voice?
Because it's something menacing's about to happen. And
no, it's fine.
I need to be as uncomfortable
There's nothing
as possible.
menacing that's happening. We're just walking home with Rena. She's not about to kill him or kidnap him or anything.
I didn't notice earlier because of how fired up.
Oh shit, the house is on fire, Ben.
We all were, but my stomach was about to burst. The growling in my gut felt like thunder. My body must have been paying the price for me acting like an idiot earlier. There's no way I was eating dinner that night. I need to tell my mom before she started cooking. But before anything, I had to get to the bathroom. My stomach was churning. Oh boy, it really didn't sound good. We got to the place I'd always meet Rena in the morning and say goodbye in the evening. Really did have a lot of fun today.
Me too. Are you feeling okay, Keiichi-kun?
My stomach's just growling. I guess I just need to get some rest.
You need to train your stomach, huh?
You ate about as much as I did. How'd you fit all that inside your tiny body?
That would be a woman's secret.
Rena giggled and tried to avoid giving me an answer. She'd probably hit me if I pressed her about it. If she punched me in the stomach, I'd throw up for sure, so I decided not to go any further.
Do it.
Goodbye, Rena. See you tomorrow.
Yes, see you tomorrow.
You know, I used to live in the city.
Thank you, Keiichi. Excellent information.
Yeah?
I never managed to enjoy each and every day like this before. But after moving to Hanamizawa, you know, I think I've found happiness.
I feel the same way. I moved to Hanamizawa a year ago. I can't believe I'm as happy as I am and spend every day having as much fun as I do.
Oh, I see. I'm sure tomorrow will be the same.
Yes.
That's right. We had so much fun yesterday and today, so tomorrow will be the same.
With all the fun we have every day, I sometimes feel like I'm going to trip and fall sometime, and it kind of scares me.
You fall when you fall, no matter how careful you are. That's why I believe we have to enjoy every moment as much as we can.
You know, I understand the sentiment, but that is a big truism right there.
You're right. We got to enjoy every day as much as we can.
Well, it's probably time to go. Please say hi to your parents for me. Well, I still have a lot of energy left. Oh, so I'm going to go treasure hunting.
What, are you going there now? You sure are resilient. I'm impressed.
What about you? Would you like to come along? I found a new trash pile that I haven't dug up yet. I might find something totally cute in there.
I'm sorry, but I gotta pass. Wind. Besides, it looks
What?
like a storm's brewing. I think you should go straight home, too.
Oh, I usually find something cute when I've had a wonderful day like today, so I'm going there just for a few minutes. Star.
This sounds very ominous.
No, it's fine.
I felt sick enough that I didn't feel like going with her. If I felt better, I would have gone treasure hunting with her for sure. She didn't want to go home yet because she didn't want the fun day to end. That's exactly how I felt too.
I understand. Bye, then. Hope you can find something
Say it! Say it, Felix!
Yeah.
Cute! You gotta embrace the runner. Yep, thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, here we are,
Yeah,
at your narration.
and now we've switched over. Keiichi-kun waved over and over as if he didn't want to say goodbye yet.
Wow.
But after a while, he was gone. Well, I had to go too because I was going to go treasure hunting. I love cute things.
We have noticed.
I had such a wonderful day today that I'm sure I'm going to get lucky treasure hunting. I definitely will find some wonderful treasures. I pedaled my bicycle with determination. My house was nearby, but I took another street that led to the damn construction site. It might have been okay to go home just then, but I hesitated to go since I didn't want to be seen. I had so much fun today, and I wanted to continue feeling happy as long as I could. It was already getting late, but I felt like it was getting dark faster than usual. Just like Keiichi-kun said, the clouds in the sky were growing darker. It might start raining hard. but that doesn't mean I have to go home already. Stop it, Rena. We had so much fun today. You have to stay happy as long as you can. I'm happy. I enjoy every day. Rena, say it. Say the magical words. Oh. Don't be embarrassed. You're not dumb or anything. I might be able to enjoy every day even more if I were dumb. If so, dumb is what I'd want to be. Oh, Star, I'm going to find something so cute and take it home with me. There. I said it. I'm sure I can find something cute. As long as I believe it's cute, anything can be that way. I should fill my heart with happy memories of today and yesterday. I should look forward to the happiness I'm going to receive tomorrow. And the day after tomorrow, too. I reached the damn construction site. A mountain of trash loomed before me. I parked my bicycle and walked down the mountain of trash and scrap. This place is my castle. It would be incredible if anyone else came to this mountain of trash. I've come here many, many times and I usually stay for a long while, but I've never seen anybody walk by. This place is the village's blind spot. I heard that many people came here all the time during the dam wars, but it was abandoned after that. The villagers no longer need to come here, and some people even forget about it entirely. It seems like they dump trash here at midnight, but I've never seen a truck actually dumping trash, at least. If they dump new trash more often, it'd give me more time to kill, but looks like it's not going to happen for a while. I walked down the slope of the trash pile, all the way down to the bottom, and headed behind another pile. Nobody ever comes here. I've come here many times, and I usually stay for a long while, but nobody's ever come to mess up this place. Not even the other kids from my school come here. They all believe that the arm of the manager of the construction site is buried somewhere in the trash piles, and they also believe the whole place is haunted. They told me that a ghost with one arm still wanders around here looking for his missing limb. Sadly, I haven't seen the ghost neither. I'm not scared. In fact, I'd rather like to meet him. I wouldn't mind helping him find his arm. If he's feeling lonely, I'd want him to come be my conversation partner. There's a station wagon buried in the trash pile. It doesn't have tires, but other than that, it still looks like a station wagon. The station wagon is my secret hideout. Unfortunately, the sliding door and rear doors don't open, so whenever I want to get in, I have to enter the car from the passenger seat and crawl into the back from there. Of course, I take off my shoes at the passenger seat. When you look at it from the outside, it's just a dirty old abandoned car, but on the inside, it's nice and clean because I had swept it out and I decorated a little.
It's fucking Daihatsu.
What's that?
It's the brand of car on the steering wheel.
I'm glad that that's what you were commenting on. I thought you were going to make some kind of parallel, but sure. I'm glad that you recognize the car, if nothing else in the scene. That's the thing that sticks out to you. I'm glad.
I don't know. I'm torn on commenting on this because I don't want to interject too hard into your emotional expression.
I know. That took me a long time. The back seats are lying flat because I want to have as much space as possible. I found a mattress in the trash pile and put it into that space instead. It was a bit dirty, so I brought a bed sheet from home and covered the mattress with it. I put my favorite cushions on top, and with that it turned into a perfect bed. I put cushions and stuffed animals everywhere. That's not all, look at this. I have a bunch of sweets here too. I have a bag of fruit candy in 4 different colors and some cookies. But they're going bad, I'll have to throw them away. My bear-shaped water bottle was empty. When I come here to spend some time on Sundays, I usually bring this water bottle with some sweetened tea in it. I have a box of tissues, a flashlight, extra batteries, and other daily necessities in here. I also have a few books to read in order to kill some time while I'm at it. And I have this. What do you think this is? Look, Ta-da! My hideout is suddenly lit up thanks to the table lamp. There's an electric outlet on the side of an old nearby construction office. I'd thought they'd have cut the power years ago, but to my surprise, I was wrong. Electricity is still being supplied to the outlet.
Now that's suspicious.
When I found tons of extension cords, I came up with the idea to connect them all and make the electricity come all the way to my hideout. Now I could spend time here comfortably with some sweets, books, and lights. If I wanted to, I might be able to spend a night here, but I may catch a cold since it gets very cold at night. See, this is a very nice hideout, isn't it? At first I thought someone would find it and mess with it, but that hasn't happened so far. It's because nobody comes here and everybody forgot about this place. It's how this place became my perfect secret hideout. Fortunately, I ate so much today that I'm still full. I can tell them that I was playing with my friend at her house and ate dinner there. I'm going to stay here for a while and relax. And I'm going to treat myself. I loved the water gun battle yesterday. My heart had been pounded when I fought one-on-one with Keiichi-kun. I also had great fun at Angel Mall today. I never experienced such a crazy game with so many people in my damn life. I was still feeling the after effects, and I was sure I'd have a dream about tonight. That was why I wanted to bask in these happy feelings. That's why I'm going to treat myself in here. Should take off my shoes and stretch my toes. Should cherish the time when I can be myself. Once I took off my shoes, I felt so relaxed that I didn't want to put them on again. I played all day today and I was very tired. The treasure hunt could wait. As it got darker, the light of the table lamp became encouraging. It really was getting dark faster than usual. All of a sudden, I heard the sound of raindrops hitting the roof of the car. Pitter-patter, pitter-patter, pitter-patter. The interval between drops got shorter and shorter. When it became a continuous sound, I began to hear thunder.
I was not thunder, Ryukishi.
That was like a cymbal being struck or like some craziness.
Rubbish.
Even though it was raining heavily, it remained very quiet inside the car, making me feel like I was in a different world. It's my castle. After all. I felt a bit cold, so I unfolded my big blanket and hid under it. I'm here alone under the warm blanket that has my scent. Even though nobody knew where I was at the moment and I feel like I was left alone in the heavy rain, I still feel secure and free from anxiety for some reason. I feel like this heavy rain was keeping my enemies away from my castle. I liked it that way. This place is full of small happiness, full of my favorite things. That's why I'm happy whenever I'm here. When I put another blanket over me, I felt as warm as if I were in bed. I listened to the soothing sounds of raindrops hitting the scrap iron in the trash heaps, and it made me feel sleepy. This is a castle of trash. This trash came here because nobody wanted it. This is where it lives. This is a country where unwanted refuse lives together. I felt like I fit in here. At the same time, I knew it was just a temporary place for me, as there's somewhere I had to go back to. No, I shouldn't think about things like that. Whenever I realize that I don't belong here, I remember I'm in the middle of a very dirty pile of trash. I should just doze for a little bit longer. Thinking is poisonous. I wanted to keep myself out of that poison so that the kind Rena within me could stay pure. A little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. And I closed my eyes.
My brain's like adjusted to the color of the text and I'm seeing this is white now.
Yeah.
And I look down in the bottom right and like the colors are all off on the buttons.
It's great. I love it so much.
Well, there you go. Charming little scene.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, are we gonna get tips?
It's a great
I
question.
don't think so. That felt very on the nose.
I suppose.
Like, I don't dislike the scene and, you know, the emotions it portrayed. But I feel as though I've complimented the story previously on the pace at which it's unveiled Rena's character, and I feel as though this is the first time I've really felt that was like offbeat.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those longer scenes. It's also a bit different having, like, obviously we often get these long monologues.
Yeah.
But I guess so. I guess that might be a criticism you could levy at it. I'm having a hard time separating myself from the text at this point.
Yeah.
So I don't know. An objective viewpoint is pretty difficult for me.
Like, it was particularly like that moment where she's just like, I'm just a pile of trash in this big pile of trash or whatever. I immediately thought of like, fucking, what's the character from the latest Toy Story? Forky or whatever?
I haven't seen that movie.
Okay.
No spoilers.
It's like, part of the opening of the movie is that, you know, this character called Forky is made from like a bunch of rubbish.
Sure.
And, you know, part of the film is like that character's journey, but I was just reminded of the way that his lines were delivered in the film, where it's like, it's a gag that he's saying, I'm trash.
Sure.
So I don't know, maybe that's like tainting my experience with that scene there,
Maybe.
But I don't know, I feel like there was perhaps a slightly toned down way to deliver that same feeling.
I don't know. I kind of like that we're getting such a like frontal assault of this is how Rena thinks.
Yeah.
For me, the biggest thing that I kind of empathize with is how before this that we see like hints that Rena isn't like, you know, 100% happy-go-lucky character all the time. Shout out to any time Osha or Summer is brought up. To me, seeing that scene and seeing that she is like having all of these broken thoughts and feelings of like being trash.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's one of the
like-
interesting things about the way that this story deals with these kind of emotions is that, like,
Yeah.
there's an interesting balance to strike between being authentic and being accessible to the reader.
Sure.
Because, like, a lot of these feelings can, from an outside perspective, seem very inaccessible. Whereas, like, if you're in the situation, this is, like, probably a genuine train of thought you could have.
Yeah, I don't find this inaccessible at all.
Yeah, like, me looking at this, I'm like, no, this is not how my brain ticks, but at the same time, I'm, like, considering that, you know, even though it might not, for me, make the story flow as well, it's more genuine representation, like, better because it's genuine.
Yes, I mean, I can tell you that I have the same sort of habit, I suppose.
Yeah.
Rena talks about, you know, having this place out in the junkyard where no one else goes here. She feels safe. She has all of her favorite things. I don't have anything as extreme as that, but I can 100% recognize that feeling. Coming back to, like, you know, you're in a big social situation, you feel like, man, this happens to go last forever. Equally, I just, as a person, the way that my brain works, I feel like I need a space to be away from that. I, in my own private life, have things that I do and spaces that I go to feel safe. In that regard, I really feel that, like, that desire to have this space out in the trash heap that nobody's going to go to, no one's going to bother you, no one's going to ask you questions, no one's going to send you text messages asking you to go places at 8 a.m. in the morning. Like, that is a space to worry about anything else. And I also empathize with the part where Rena talks about this pure Rena. And this is something that, like, I don't think that I will be able to do justice talking about again, but, like, something that I really struggled with when I was reading, or I guess watching Higurashi the first time, was the idea of having multifaceted personality, right? Which, yeah, one of my friends that I thought was quite close to me found out that I was being more social with, like, other cliques, essentially. And they told me to my face, they said, I've seen you, like, with these posts on Facebook. That's not the you that I know. How are you the same person? And at the time, I couldn't answer that question. I couldn't answer how I could be completely different in one situation and completely different in another. And since then, I understand now that, like, whether you're in business, whether you're at home, when you're with your family, you're alone, you're going to be a different person. That's fine. Like, they're all you. But like, Higurashi was a huge catalyst for me understanding the different facets of myself and learning to get along with that. You know, I stopped trying to, you know, be a character, if that makes sense. And that's kind of the thing that I see in Rena when she says, you know, this is the trash me, this is the me that is not pure Rena, and this is the me that is Rena. Because, like, you know, I mean, you guys have been watching me on the show for however long you have, multiple years. I like to be the big goof who does the dumb jokes, but that's not always how I feel. And even when I'm not feeling like that, I try to be like that because that's who I want to be seen as. And that's something that I think Rena feels as well, that she has to have this space where she can be herself, where she can calm down and she can collect herself. But I don't think she'd want to be seen that way by other people. I don't know. That's kind of my stream of consciousness.
Yeah, and I mean, like, there's definitely something I want to get more into in the, like, not what you said, but what I'm about to say is something I want to get more into in the recaps. But, like, looking at, you know, back in Arc 3 when we're dealing with, like, another aspect of, you know, social struggles through Sadako's child abuse, like, at the same time, that also felt very inaccessible to me, but I'm sure if that someone had an experience similar to that, it would have been a much more accessible part of the story. And it's always one of the difficulties of, like, sharing stories with other people is that you come from different perspectives. But I think that that's also the value in doing so, is that, like, I wouldn't have understood this part of the arc in any semblance of, you know, self-awareness were I not going through it with someone like yourself who'd had that experience. And at the same time, you know, maybe that speaks ill of the way that we went through episode 3 because we didn't have someone.
Well, this is the interesting discussion, isn't it? And this is why, even though I was like, man, Arc 5 is trash, like, I understand that, like, I don't have the same experience as everyone. That I'm not sure why I don't empathize with Arc 5 as much as I do, because I do very much feel that, like, you know, neurotypical, like, problem, like, individual versus society aspect. I just didn't gel with it. And there are other stories that I know other people love to bits that I will never understand how you could put yourself through that much text and appreciate the end and not just get bored. Anyway, that's, you know, the subjective experience of reading media, of course. Because Ryukashi is obviously trying to show these different characters from their perspectives or from someone else's perspective and show the troubles that they've gone through, the problems that he's observed, like in society, in kids particularly, and he's trying to portray that as best he can. And as we move through Sumi Horoboshi, we're not very far into the arc, and I've already spilled all this shit. We're only going to get more of that. We're only going to learn more and more as to why I love Rena so much, and yet say so little.
Well, I feel like we've had about 20 minutes of Higurashi this hour-long episode, so thank you all for...
That's what it should be. That's how it should be!
We'll see you next time.
Next time.